No, I don't smell anything yet. Are you sure, lad? There could be any number of things you could catch. No, it's nothing. I mean, yeah, I'm catching some of the peripherals, the highway behind us, some chemicals here and there, but nothing that smells like Caleb. Shite. He's hoping that maybe with your nose and my supernatural acumen, I don't know, we'd have found something. Yeah, but I mean, now there's something we're not taking into account, perhaps. What was that? Well, we all like to think that Damien is, some bumbling idiot. He's a beta. His dad pushes him to do everything, but honestly, I don't think he's that stupid. Well, see, here's the thing. I mean, he knows werewolf society probably better than anybody. Maybe even me, and I mean, we all know how I grew up. But it's one of those moments where we think he's stupider than he actually is. Maybe we're not giving him enough credit. Lad, you're speaking in circles. Just tell me what you're thinking. Okay, hear me out. What if Damien brought Caleb here because he knew that anything we tried to track him down in our traditional manners, I mean, a werewolf's sense of smell and, your, what'd you call it? Supernatural acumen? Supernatural acumen, hey, that's right. You got a problem with that? No, I've never heard it called like that before, so it's interesting, but okay. Anyhow, um, any of the things we might normally try, maybe he's trying to defeat them. How do you go about doing that? Well, think about it. I mean, there's chemicals all over the place. The highway, we're not going to have the same level of auditory acumen. We're not going to be able to smell things the way we usually do. Maybe he actually knew what he was doing bringing Caleb here. No, see, now, that's my other problem. I mean, I get it, and Connor, you're not wrong, but why did he bring him here in the first place? What's the end game? Well, but see, that just doesn't make sense. I mean, what information could Caleb possibly have? There's nothing that Damien needs from him. It's a little pointless to just kidnap him. Listen, if it were me, and I know this is gonna sound horrifying, but if it were me and I was doing it, I'd have just killed him. Shite, lad. Oh, I never thought I'd hear them words come out of your mouth. I know. It's dark to think about. No, it's not that. I said the same thing. Oi, it doesn't make sense to kidnap him. Sure, all the signs point to him being kidnapped, but kidnapping him doesn't make any sense. Well, maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe this isn't about just, killing him. Because again, if it were, Damien would have already just killed him. I mean, Caleb's mate would have walked in and found his body. He wanted him for something, but what? You know, lad, they've got a point. You're giving Damien a lot of credit that he's actually doing something smart, and who knows, maybe he is. I'll be the first to admit, the smells, the sounds, all of it, yeah, it could be throwing us off, but you're acting as though he's thinking on, well, if you'll forgive me, some sort of higher plane. What if he's not? What do you mean? Hear me out. What if, while he's doing things that make sense from our point of view, like he's taken Caleb somewhere we can't track him using normal means, he's executing this crime in, well, what is a stunningly adequate fashion. What if his motive isn't as highbrow? I've known a lot of guys over a lot of years, and I'm here to tell you that one of the most prevailing motives that has ever driven anyone on this planet, human or supernatural, is the desire for vengeance. What if he wants revenge on Caleb? Yeah, why would he just take Caleb then? I mean, again, if he wanted vengeance, why didn't he just kill him and be done? Because you're both not thinking about the other aspect of vengeance. It's emotional. You don't just seek revenge and, shove a knife between somebody's ribs and walk away. You do it and you want them to suffer. How would you make Caleb suffer? Yeah, going after the pack would make some sense, but nobody else is missing. Oi, that could also work, but what if? Now, hear me out now. What if Damien just wants Caleb to know that he beat him? What if Damien just wants Caleb to see him before he dies? I'm not saying it's the most highbrow of motives, but what if? Maybe, just maybe, Damien just wants Caleb to know that he beat him. No. Connor has a point here. Okay. In werewolf culture, Damien's a beta. Caleb is an alpha. Caleb is more than Damien in the eyes of all of our society. Alphas are leaders. Alphas are strong. Alphas are the ones who protect the pack. Alphas are the ones where the buck stops. If we're putting it in video game terms, alphas are the final boss fight. Betas are those lieutenants that you can, kind of skip the side quest if you want to. In Damien's mind, he is less important and less of a werewolf than Caleb because he's a beta and Caleb is an alpha. Exactly. And then, if that's how Damien's mind's working, he wants one final opportunity to basically rub it in Caleb's face. He wants an opportunity to say, I beat you. I'm better than you. I won. That's what he wants. He doesn't want straight vengeance. It's not going to be as satisfying for him. Hell, I thought that myself. Maybe Damien was gonna call his father and they were gonna be here together, but he doesn't need his dad here now. He needs to know that he's better than Caleb, and he needs to then be able to walk into his father's and say, look at what I did. I'm better. I'm the stronger werewolf. I think we've been thinking about this all wrong. Well, yeah, what they said is true. I mean, that's all well and good, but it doesn't help us find him. No, because, I mean, a motive is great, but a motive isn't gonna tell us where Caleb is in this entire facility, is it? Aye, lad, it is. Damien is gonna need a place where he's got time. He knocked out Caleb. No sure idea when the man's gonna wake back up. If that's the case, he needs a place he can bring Caleb that's quiet, secluded, and he can basically just sit and wait. Wait until Caleb wakes up. Wait until he's cognizant, and then he can go for it. No, Connor's right, but that just... It adds a whole other level that I don't know how to account for. Aye, lad, you do. Come on. You know you do. Connor, I'm not some, crazy tracker or warrior. That's all of you. Caleb was in the army. You've lived for far too long. I'm just an idiot who plays video games. Oi, lad, you are. So apply that logic. If you were looking for an enemy that needed time and quiet, where would you go? If I was looking for a place that I could get quiet and time, and I knew the people were going to be hunting me, I'd come to a place like this industrial park, and I'd find an abandoned building. One that isn't occupied by anything, but that is surrounded by stuff that is. I'd also want it to be kind of in the middle to make people have to look more for it. And I'd probably want something that has got multiple rooms inside of it, somewhere that kind of acts a little bit like a maze. I'd want to make it as hard as possible for people to find where I'm at. Told you weren't stupid, lad. Come on, keep going. With all that in mind, we can take out the first couple rows of buildings on each side. And if I remember the makeup of this place, it's got 15 or 20 rows. So if we keep going into those, I'd say middle 10, that's a start. Then we're going to take the buildings that are definitely occupied off the list. You can't have anybody coming in. So we just need to figure out a way to figure out which buildings are abandoned. But how do we do that? Well, you love to see it. Look at you having great ideas. They're right, mailboxes. Mailboxes? Oi, you young'un. People do still get mail. The people who get mail will have mail in them. Yesterday was a holiday for most people, but not for the mail. Mail would be in the mailboxes. We have to find the mailboxes that don't have anything in them. That's what the buildings we look at. Okay, but... I mean, that could be just interspersed between those rows. Oh, it could. But we have a vehicle. We can drive. Not quickly, but we can still drive. Nah. Damien can't hear the engine, so we're gonna have to be quiet. But if we drive, we can cover more ground. Either that or we all split up, and I hate that idea. Yeah, we really shouldn't. Safety in numbers and all that. Speaking of, have you heard anything from Deacon? Not since the last. I just knew that he was here. We were gonna eventually catch up and hopefully just, all be together, but not sure about that yet. Okay, well, let's get in the car at least. I mean, maybe we'll get lucky? Lad. I'm an Irishman. Luck's me middle name. Wait, really? No, not really, you bowbagged idiot. It's not feckin' luck. Lad, I love you, but damn. You know, you're gonna make jokes. I'm just gonna tell you, you're not great at making jokes. What was that? Nothing. 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 Come on, let's get going. I think we have a lot of searching ahead of us. Oh, that we do, lad. That we do. It's gonna be a long night. Not sure how I like the way it's gonna end. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna find him. I believe that. With my luck and your optimism, lad, anything's possible, eh? Come on. Many miles to go. Lead the way, lad. Lead the way.